But first and foremost, definitely want to say thank you to everybody for hopping on the call. Today's date is November 3rd, it's Sunday. And this is your free weekly outlook just to give you guys a couple, potential setups that we could see pan out and give us some returns tomorrow. All right. So first things first, just taking a look at Nas. This is what I trade most of the time. And just kind of seeing where the market is now. We came down, obviously, broke these lows. I got lots of lines. Clean this up just a little bit. So as we came and cleared these lows out, I started looking at the market to actually give us a bounce, right? Now, whether it reverses all the way or not is yet to be seen. I won't necessarily be able to tell you with 100% certainty, like, yes, the market's gonna go and make new highs. That's what it's likely to do because indices are typically bullish more so than anything. Like if you just look at, a daily or a weekly chart, indices are typically very bullish. However, just in terms of what the market's going to do immediately, because you have those long-term projections, but you also got, your shorter term intraday type trades where, that's really based more off of liquidity, more so than, your overall projection. Because for example, I can be bullish long term, but I could find a lower time frame opportunity to sell or something like that. So it's really just about just understanding where you are in the grand scheme of things and which time frame is going to be beneficial for you at that moment. Because sometimes, it is beneficial for you to look at the market one way, and other times it's more beneficial for you to look at the opposite. So just with us where we are now, obviously, like I said, we did take out a previous week's low. And once we did that, market did start to stall out for, about 12, 16 hours or so. Then it started pushing up again. Now, I was late on this buy. I was kind of disappointed in that because usually I start looking at Nas around 9 Central Time. And the market was already kind of pushing up. And I guess I could, caught that little continuation right there, but this is the real move that I wanted. I was just a little late to it. But overall, it is still playing out as anticipated, where, you do get the hezzy crossover over here. How do we know that? It's because we have a high that makes a new low. This low is lower than this one. So that's a supply zone. So once the market runs up, interacts with that supply zone, now it starts to range, right? And it came up here, made a new high, right? But with that range, I knew it was liquidity right here. Market comes down, taps into this low, and then reverses up. So these are just the little simple things that I'm looking for. Like I said, liquidity is the most important thing, especially on these lower time frames. So since the market did give me this low that made this new high up here, I'm just really looking for a higher low opportunity to for this market to actually continue. It's very clear what's going on. We got this nice impulsive move followed by this slow, choppy corrective move. As you can see, the market is going down slower than it went up. So it went up fast, but now it's starting to drop slow. So just understanding that, I could put two and two together and say, even though the market is currently, going down just in this most recent price action overall, it's still bullish because if you look from here, you're making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now I'll be looking for that higher low. So the market is just making this zigzag pattern to the upside. Pretty easy to comprehend for real. So if I just really look to see where I might be interested in getting in, I see this candle right here, right? Get rid of that for a sec. So if I really just look at where I might want to get in, so I'm looking at this particular candle Big bullish engulfing candle. Got a little imbalance in there. It's not the biggest imbalance, but it is a little, um, just a little bit of imbalance right there. And then, you also got a little bit of an inverse fair value gap here where you kind of got nothing but sales on one side, nothing but buys on the other side. That should be a strong level. You did kind of tap into it already, but for me, considering the market already like now, if I was right here, if I saw it right here, then obviously, you might want to buy it, especially depending on the time of day. But since it already tapped off that level and moved up, I just want to see it come back. If I can come back, to this level again, I'd be real interested in taking some buys. Maybe it slightly overshoots this level. Maybe it just barely taps it. Ultimately, I just want to see the market come back and respect this level one way or another. Even if it slightly overshoots, I just want to see it overall respect. And if we really just look close, you also got a bit of a hezzy crossover here too. We got a high here that makes new lows, right? So that means that this is an area of supply. Okay. So the market comes up, that wick interacts with supply. Then right after it comes down and it makes this low. This low took out that low. So that is a strong hezzy in my opinion. Where again, you come up, you tap supply, and then you come and clear out some previous lows before pushing back to the upside. All right. So you see that, you see the demand being intact, and you also see, this little gap a little more clearly, right? Probably make it a little bigger, be a little easier. But ultimately, I think we can come back, run into this area here. Okay. We can get that. I'd definitely be happy to take some buys there. Got some internal range liquidity here as well. So yeah, pretty simple overall. I mean, simple market structure, higher highs, higher lows. We took out, this sell side liquidity down here. So just the fact that we cleared out these lows, now we creating bullish market structure. We still got so much room left to clear out. We got highs left to take out. So it's just about creating that image, creating, the foundation. Does this make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, I cleared out lows, so I cleared liquidity out. Now, I just want to kind of give you the mindset and the framework behind creating the setup. So it's like, okay, we clear out lows. So that means bullishness is likely. It's not guaranteed, but it is likely for us at the very least to get a bullish reaction. So then once I understand it, I'm anticipating bullishness. Now I need to be looking at some targets. What is a bullish target for me? I got a weak high right here, got a weak high right here. Even if I look up even higher, these highs don't look that strong. If I just look at the candlesticks, they're not very big, they're not very bold. So I have multiple points in which I can use as potential future targets for my buys, right? So not only from a liquidity standpoint, we took out those lows, so now we should anticipate buys, but now from a target standpoint, meaning, the untested liquidity or the liquidity that has not been tapped into yet, we still got a ways to go. And again, indices are typically, bullish more so than anything. So if you ever get like a real big drop on Nas or US 30 or anything like that, and you can buy, that's gonna be your best bet anyway. Like you could lose, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if you buy the dip every time, I mean, you're gonna probably win more often than you lose just because every time the indices have a huge drop off, they always seem to recover, immediately. So just having that in the back of my head and then having, the technical approach as well. I mean, I see lots of reasons for this to keep going up. I would definitely entertain that if I was y'all. All right. So yeah, keep your eyes on that. Everybody price might be a little different. So just check yours, make sure that, you getting in at the right level. For me, it's gonna be around, 2025 or 20,000. My bad, 20,025. All right. So we get here. That's where I'm taking buys at. So 1 to 5, back to the highs or the previous highs. Now, if we go and make new highs, you're looking at like 1 to 9 almost. Okay. So that's a good setup. This is one of those trades where, if we lucky, we can get it, early in the week, then, already be up. So where you don't have to risk as much throughout the rest of the week. That's the best type of weeks. Those are the best, the best feeling when you trading is, it might be a Sunday or a Monday and you already up a few percent. And now it's like, okay, I could coast through the rest of the week, or I might, risk a little less because I don't want to, risk unnecessary profit. Like, if you can get it in get a couple good trade setups in the front half of the week, it's always a positive. So as y'all can see, like I say, we do got a good hezzy crossover here. Come down and respect demand. Keep it pushing, all right. Um, most indices gonna do the same. So I don't know if y'all trade SPX. If you do, I'm anticipating something pretty similar. Okay. We got all this liquidity resting here. So we come clear that out. And bullishness right here as well. So same thing, pretty much the same setup. Just a little bit different, but pretty much the same setup there. US 30. I don't really trade that, but you get the point. All right, so I do see this, quick sell to buy right here. So I do believe this will probably cause, at the very least, a little interaction like it already is. It's already giving us a small reaction. But overall, I don't think that this level will just get completely violated. I do think this level at the very least can probably give us a slight bounce. Reason being is because when you see the market give you a build up like this, right, like the market will start to consolidate a bit, and then you'll just get massive aggressive candles that push down into a level. right? And obviously it looks bearish, don't get me wrong. That definitely looks bearish, but more so than anything, that could be looked at as, some type of manipulation, right? So it could be consolidation, manipulation, and then the market tries to find a way to have a continuation. Because it's not just right here, it's just overall, there's been a lot of uh just a lot of buildup overall. And when I see something like this happening, eventually it's gonna break out of it, right? So if I can get in as low as possible, and then I know I got this build up right here, because it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong, it's not like perfect trend line liquidity or nothing like that. But ultimately, how can I explain this, right? Let's say the market is doing this, and it's like you getting good, good healthy pushes to the downside. That's a strong downtrend. But when you get like a market starting to do this, and it's like those lower lows become less and less how can you say aggressive. Now it's like it's starting to go a little more like this, more so than, you know, down. You know what I'm saying? So as those swings get less and less or a little more shallow, because right here you can see, okay, like that's a new swing, that's a new swing. And it's like, they're barely even getting much lower than the previous swing. I feel like that's when the market is starting to slow down a bit, and you could actually start to look for reversal type opportunities. So obviously, we had this big sell off here. I'm not saying the market's going to buy from this point, but I would definitely look put a low right here. See if we can get a ace entry right there, and I feel like that could be the spring that takes us up. Should be able to come get that high right there. So if we can buy, I'd be looking to take it up a little pretty decent amount. Yeah, maybe like a 300 pip swing or so. Now, even from here, the market, don't get me wrong, market could return bearish again because overall we got like this left shoulder, head, right shoulder type thing going on. So even when the market comes up here, maybe you get something like this, and maybe that's the pattern that's waiting to form. But even if the market does sell up here, that's still a long way away. That's a far, far way away, right? We could be buying all week before we even get to that point. So, there's trades within trades, and that's just one thing you want to be aware of. Like, there's setups within bigger setups. So, I could be bullish this week, I can be bearish next week. It just all kind of depends on the timing and the position that you in. Yeah, nothing really interests me there, to be honest. Well, GCAD, considering that we did clear these highs up here, market is making new lows. We breaking lows to make new lows, making lower highs. I would have to assume that this is uh, gonna sell off this week. And you see supply is actually being maintained as well. We clearing highs here. After we clear highs, market push down, and then it come right back up where it comes right back into that buy to sell candle where you got a little imbalance. So boom, that's how you see supply stepping in, taking control. What we got right here, we got another, we clear highs, buy before a massive sell, market comes right back into it. Then what does it do? What does it do? Excuse me, my English all mess up. Messed up. Um so here we create highs again, take them out, then what happens? Boom, we come down, we make new lows. So we got a low right here, we make new lows. Now you look for the retracement, continuation, right? Pretty simple. We see the trend. Market is clearly in a downtrend right now. Twenty pip stop, 170 pip TP. Yeah, something simple like that, right? And this is all you looking for. Setup at the setup at the setup. It's not just say you're gonna be right every time, but it's like every time I take a trade, we risking this small little pocket because it's all about picking the right spots, right? You don't want to just trade anywhere. You want to trade in the areas where you could risk a small amount to get a large amount. So that means I'm only gonna take trades in areas like this, right? Where I could set my risk from here to here, right? This is the only area I'm entering, but I got all this profit potential. These are the type of areas you want to take trades, or even if you're wrong, you pick your battles in a way where, the odds is in your favor. Um, we see that right there. I definitely take that if I was y'all. I think that's gonna be a nice setup. 80475. 80475. We got 20 pip stop. That's GBP CAD. 80475. Already talked about nines. Oh, you took sales on Friday. Okay, bet. Great minds think alike, man. That's a nice little continuation move right there. That would have been a nice little way to end the week. But USD CAD. Okay, what is this doing? That's going all the way back to July. So I mean, we clearing what's that monthly highs? I mean, I could see the market react off that, like off the fact that you clearing liquidity. Off that alone, you could take like a risky sell, right? Like you could just take a sell without nothing else, just the fact that you cleared those highs. You could just, take a gamble on the fact that it should drop. But if you want to kind of wait for more confirmation, let's, wait for us to break a little bit lower and catch a retracement. Gold, I don't really have nothing on gold right now. I don't like the buying position or the selling at this moment. Yeah, nothing on gold for me right now. Yeah, I mean, So far, nothing too much. Just looking at some GU buys. Okay, that's what I'm really interested in. And GU buys, GCAD sales. Okay, GCAD sales. I know they opposite, but that's just what I see. And then Nas, um, looking for more buys there as well. Okay, so typically when I do a weekly outlook, I give y'all like 20 different pairs. But I'm gonna be honest, like there's not a way for you to trade that many pairs in a responsible fashion. Because if you only supposed to risk 1% a day or 2% a day, but you trying to decide between 8 different trades you want to take, that has a big effect on your risk management. Because now, the way that you even enter trades is gonna be different. You used to just enter off of, 1% risk. Now it's like you taking trades risking 0.25% or whatever. And then it gets to a point where now you under leveraging to where your wins don't even matter as much. And then if you lose, it was probably an unnecessary loss because you trade in so many pairs. So the way to really like kind of simplify, your whole risk management is by kind of, dumbing down the amount of pairs you trade. So right now you see I got Nas, GU, GCAD. That's about it, you know? So that's my watch list so far for the week. First couple of days out the week. Obviously, things change as traders. You need to be able to adapt at all times. However, just so far as it stands right now, those are only 3 pairs that I'm really looking at. And I could do that because, I can, even if I lost all 3 of them trades, it's not going to kill me. Right. Now, if I had like 8 different trades I wanted to take, it'd be a little more confusing on how I should risk or what I should do or should I take this? Should I take that? Like, sometimes less is more, especially in the industry like trading. So we got that. But yeah. I do have to get on the move. So this call was a little shorter than, what it typically is. But overall, I want to give y'all what it is y'all needed. I will make sure this one is record or uploaded. So definitely be on the lookout for the link once everything is uploaded. So far as trading community, right? I'll be honest, I did slow down a bit just over the past couple months. But I am completely revamping everything, relaunching, revamping, new schedule, new everything. So just with that, just want to go ahead, end the year on the right foot, end the year strong, go into 2025 strong, and like really set some new goals, new standards, new, accomplishments for the whole squad going into 2025. Because, we definitely had a great year. Don't get me wrong. Even the year before is just, dozens and dozens and dozens of people getting funded just for me. It's like, I was doing 6 calls a week and, at certain times where you kind of want to do other things and, learn something and do another business or something. It's kind of like, okay, I was like really stuck on the charts most days out the week, even when I didn't really feel like I had anything to trade. I was still, on the charts. So I just really wanted to find a way to kind of, redo that to, make sure all the information stays fresh, make sure it's not too repetitive, but also make sure, I'm not on here trying to force a setup because I feel obligated to, right? So, I did revamp some things. I feel like the system definitely new and improved. So, if you guys want info on that, just feel free to reach out to me, text me, DM me or whatever. And yeah, man, that's about it. Also be on the lookout, be checking my socials, be checking the group chat. I do have something new that I'm launching also. That's not specifically trading related. But I do think a lot of y'all would benefit and, would probably find a lot of value in it as well. All right. So, if you want any more info on that, definitely just keep your eyes open on my social pages or, shoot me a private message and we can hop on the phone and kind of politic there. All right. But overall, again, I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. Real quick call, only about 30 minutes today. So wanted to get in, get out, have y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Okay. With that, much love. Definitely appreciate y'all. I see you guys at the top or from the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Much love and peace, y'all.